Gray of Mobile Boys, he vex mad by my corner yen Juna Kumakaka. Gray, Boko dear. I say what you too much, oh, adding.
Only in Tia, it will be Tia National of as I said, open man who say what Tia National to make a chair.
My first question, be asama okay one more grading. Not then I won't call funny personal side, then I will near bring who's adding.
No credit, sir. One can say, we share Pastor B to say, medical say, on no one my hip life as hip hop, sorry, in Ghana, then. Me man, fano. Say I say because me gamma no sense as a rapper. But statement no yeah different say we say we gawa no. And now we say we make a statement. The statement no we make no. And I'm feeling chakola no ni maybe you feedback. And machine interviews by 1 or 2. Okasa as a person okasa to say ono no we nyansa bia na industry nini na fe na waba ina fe na se industry no de tie ni nyansa no na wu munu wo nyansa sana hefa na ode bo a hu bi se obi ani Ghana oye hip hop manifest oye den obi a owo France cause see oye hip hop no just because you're rapping in French, into ultimate terminate as hip hop and South Africa, you're quite to. Yeah, they rap on it, but they have hip hop artists. Over Ghana, you're hip life artists. You're hip hop artists. And I will say, well, you're Afro beat artists. The William Munapa Afro beat there. Not for you, be one of that many, you know, one also saying. Well, I know.
I see. Now, Gray, you can come on from this angle. He has been moving with Stonebwoy, and I say, Stonebwoy in Puna identify no. Nasa otiminya sa boldness not na radio so ana interview so no kase ono ogitum say Stonebwoy impo enye dancehall. Don't you think say bia en koma omodi as label mates entina wanya sa boldness na kasa because Kelvin boy be kase Stonebwoy enye dancehall obi anye hip hopper it means onum so nim dia wati
I no grona wokano. But Sabi Bible to Kwasia. It's say only be a Kwasia near car and 27. Kwasia so you did not be at 10 and car. Easy. Nyansa soon in Kwaya of Faso, Eddie Nyansa, a winning case. Or can send be a nano and I am a death. In a car, oh, I said that Ghana or person will say your music awards, no. You're creating Afrobeat. It's in kind of whole agenda. No, channel cost say or person de near side na. In Cabo no, you're one guy or fighting for a good cause, but obi in the net too much. And I can't send beer or no on Tiasia. Meet me Reggie Rockstone and Conante. Let me say there's nobody doing hip life in Ghana. In the first place, me munaka sami boniaye. Minim baby amena mayera. Upon komobia. Me won komobia metimi edididia. Amanfo so I wo forefront no mbo say fan omu no omu hu ni different. But yes so you finish say yes and your man dey ever travel on. Maybe I get to where we want to get to but yeah juma dey do. It's no say all kasa no oko too far because Stonebwoy dancehall artist, me a musician. Stonebwoy dancehall artist. Or kind about hip hop. Hip hop artist I mean more Ghana had no. Mean Jimmy so no was shabi. Même bisa no poso ni mo bi say recognize Ali. Onimo no. Uno with the group mpo Greenfield. But and then who did hono na oka SMB. Ade obi take so. Oh yeah, the general music and I say if I niche band or niche man oh yeah hip hop. It's in the who feel say about fighting for Afro song? Obia no win tokwa. Brana ba ye na ye sampa Ghana music ni akolani kan nyansa wom. As I say mutimi create because and Ghana high Afrobeat so adoso. Afrobeat na say your high life. Afrobeat is over in our high life for how do we see? It's in then offer me offer up on Sakrenya or in the high life no crowd. Or better talk a crowd for Afro. But are you strong high life musician or Gina baby Gina still up or the chair? Kumi guitar more air fight say high life Begina do woman when your friend Afro. At the Afro no who obit Kumini boys in almost into and I no Yansha no crazy. Say we are good and I say oh you good to say Sanya well a bit more better light now Stone Boy a shiny tone so no. Me think about this time wrong. And on Stone Boy and talk about your fair. Oh yeah and a Stone Boy and Tiafia. Now one you ma won't find me 1 minute you sound like Starboy Nigeria. 1 minute you sound like another guy. Bobby Eugene is original. Listen to Kim Promise, he's original. Listen to Kiddy, original. When I'm on Freddy. He must just find himself and stop thinking, say, not just so you're the accept. And yet the baby brain now, you know.
I see.
Well, I know, you know, I don't like I want to feel say no, or go too much. Okay, about reggae dance on point, I mean, right, Fabia, Mecca baby, but hip hop, no tears, so no. And my name was a boy, no, in the beauty.
I see. Now, Ray, Mami Misa Way asked my final question. Don't we have the right to share opinions anymore? At this stage, you better make as a Kelvin boy, so yeah, stakeholder in this music industry. And also, only rights on also because okay, say na mizumi hunyema, only sa power need to do that, Anna.
Oh, every power. My power be our own to no one shall use as well. Me call pause.com, I could be Sammy say, who is the worst rapper in Ghana. I'm a cock ball or Chammy Kwame Dino. Over Sammy Hotoni. It is on also filter of a share your opinion. Me, I can say, what's saying to anyone? No. Your president can say, we'll see the new chamber. Say your opinion. Nagana forecast that the one fine Yajuma. It is sometimes in your opinion behind your opinion go on the man. Now we are in the statement.
Now only Kelvin boy, muye cool. And I know. Oh, okay. Okay.
Mean can't say me because yeah, bonny.
But so a good artist, and your Cassie and command a band non coboy the answer there.
No clan say on yeti, me can say obi yeti a somewhere yeti.
On yeti, okay.
On yeti. So the obieti not in the real social ni pani muya on usunya ne de and you be an yeti. It's in an old kind of name say he should just find himself and everybody will bow to him. But you are you're taking your maybe far no. You're fun and you may be saying oh dear grow.
Oh, okay.
If you suffer say or you put into no hate here, but a pencil hate it. Into say about hate it there, and you'll be able to hit it. Boy. Take a black pass for you now, or some of no more bad for no, you need it.
That be.
Until now, the thing I hear, so you have said, Ubia, Bibia, you feel say, yeah, I have to opinion, I am not wanting. Only in fair way, stakeholder. Until Mr. Namajin.
All right, great. Yeah, that's a set. Watch it, my you betting me at once. All right, so you heard it from Gray of Mobile Boys fame, and I believe you also have your own opinion on this issue, just as we are about to do. Arnold, over start Sammy, okay, and yeah, now.
Okay. Kelvin Boy has, shared his opinion, but people have opinions about your opinion. That too is allowed. That's why it's a democracy. Well, I believe he went a bit too far, with that opinion to say that we don't have artists doing reggae dancehall in Ghana. Neither do we have hip hop artists.
They haven't gone up Stonebwoy in studio.
When Stonebwoy has won reggae dancehall artist of the year
for 5 continuous times.
5 continuous time, and I'm sure when he's jubilating, you jubilate with him. Do you jubilate with him knowing, Charlie, you don't even deserve it? What you're doing is whack, is not reggae dancehall. I mean, even if there wasn't or there isn't reggae dancehall artist in Ghana, we have something that we term reggae dancehall. So at least give it that respect. And your boss, who gives you the training that you have, has won the accolade to be the best for a number of years. And so if you come out to say we do not have a reggae dancehall artist, including your boss, I don't know how that conversation could have gone down behind the scenes, and Stonebwoy will agree to it. That go out there and say there isn't reggae dancehall artist in Ghana, and myself, I'm not even part. Then you are discrediting everything he has gotten as a reggae dancehall artist. Because Stonebwoy is not a gospel artist, neither is he a high life artist. I mean, he's toured the whole world with the title as a reggae dancehall artist from Ghana, wherever he goes. And you are mostly on tours with him, within and without, claiming all the gigs and the fans and everything that comes with it. So you as Kelvin Boy, would you say your establishment up until this point was based on something that didn't even exist? It doesn't make sense. Like I said earlier on, even if you feel we don't have reggae dancehall artists in Ghana, based on where you find yourself or where you're coming from, certain things are not said. And supposing what he said is true, you look at where you are.
According to him, Stonebwoy is doing Afro dancehall.
What is Afro dancehall? Senior, what is Afro dancehall? If with all these big names,
says Stonebwoy songs have this African feel in them.
Listen, then our Ghanaian gospel musicians are doing Afro gospel musician. Those doing traditional music are doing Afro traditional. If it's about Ghanaianness or the fact that we are Africans, then we are playing Afro football. No, if it's about Africans and what we do, then Black Stars play Afro football. Good. So let's stop trying to create things that, let's make sense in our creation. That's all I'm saying. If you feel reggae dance hall as it is, it's not what we do here, and so you want to say because we are Africans, let's call it Afro. That's why he calls it Afro beats, because it's African.
Yeah.
Then we Afro food. Everything we do is Afro.
Of course,
because we are Africans.
Afrocentric.
So that don't add up to me to say again that we don't have hip hop artists when we have guys doing hip hop. When we have guys who have made it using the name hip hop. We have guys who have made it using the name hip life. Join it. If it is not there, yet people think it is there and it's working for them, join it. That is what we have. If we can't have reggae dancehall artists and we can't have hip hop artists, we can't have Afro beat or Afro whatever they call it.
When we are Africans?
Yes. No, then we can't have it. Because we are still Ghanaians and we are still the same music industry. So if out of the music industry you claim we can't have reggae dancehall artists, or we do not have, when we have Stonebwoy, when we have Sammy, when we have Shatta, when we have Rude Boy Ranking, Episode, Jupiter, all these top names, yet you said we do not have reggae dance. None of them does reggae dancehall artists, not even Jupiter. Let's push it aside. Then you talk about hip hop. I mean, this guy, Kwesiata blew with hip hop song.
Gemini and all
Gemini and co, D Black and co, who have had stint with hip hop, and again you said we do not have hip hop. Let's scrap them off. Then we can't have Afrobeat. If we can have Afrobeat,
then what are we going to have then?
Then we'll have high life. Yes, then we'll have high life. But if we can create or build all these subgenres, and then you come to discredit two major ones that have the biggest artists in Ghana now falling under that genre, then we can't regard you. If that statement was to push attention from those people onto him when he's doing Afro beats that is now gaining credence in our music industry, then I don't think you'd exist. Then Kelvin Boy doesn't exist. But you need to recognize the existence of other brands before yours can also be distinguished. If we do not have reggae dancehall, we do not have hip hop, but you think we have Afrobeat, give me the top names in Afrobeat who are bigger than the reggae dancehall artists we have. Mention them in Ghana. Which Afrobeat artist is bigger than our topmost reggae dancehall artist? None. So you can't say that we do not have reggae dancehall when where you are fighting for doesn't even have a bigger name that is bigger than what you claim we do not have. It doesn't add up. That's why I'd agree with Gray when he says he's trying to sound sensible. You know, sometimes we need to bite, but let's bite what we can defend, what we can, back. Because you already have that whole idea of people thinking you sound like Wizkid. I think that's where you should focus your attention more and drum it home to them to understand that you sound yourself, you're original, and to the point where we accept that it is you. Don't fight a fight which will drift attention from where you stand. This is not a fight that he should be fighting now. He should focus on stamping his authority on his originality so that people accept him as Kelvin Boy, not Kelvin Boy who sounds like Starboy. No matter how you think original you are, you haven't drummed it home enough. So people still think you sound like, Starboy, which I think would not be good for him moving forward. So he should focus more fight onto that side and leave the discrediting of genres that he wants to do. We have reggae dancehall artists. That's how come we have Stonebwoy being almost a global artist as we speak. We have reggae dancehall artists. That's why we have Shatawale being a global artist as we speak. Not to talk of Samini and Jupiter and co. Then what will Sarkodie say? What will Sarkodie say? No, let's measure our coat. Let's cut our coats according to our size. When we grow, we wear big coats. Now that we're small, let's wear small coats.
All right, thank you so much, Arnold Mason, Levanya Vibes in 5, link up reloaded. And I believe I still want to read your tweets. This is the boy we're talking about, Kelvin Boy. It's Kelvin Boy, and the song at the background is called Coffee. Let me read some one or two before Chief Charles will come in. Big Sam Beat says, good morning, boss. This Kelvin Boy has many issues with himself. He's the most confused young artist I know in this Ghana. He doesn't even know anything about that style of music he does. Afrobeat itself is never a genre. He should go and learn more about that Afrobeat and stop entering into other people's lane. Thanks. Big Sam Beat, good morning, and thank you for last Friday. He came and he supported us with his piano on the live worship thing where Chief Charles was the star of the day. Chief, let's move on.
Sammy?
Yes, boss.
I did a little research on what dancehall music is and what it entails. I think this morning we need to do a little bit of education. I do agree with Kelvin Boy.
Wow.
That there are no real dancehall or hip-hop artists in Ghana. I think Gray is just trying to thrust himself into the conversation. I don't know if he has an upcoming song or he's trying to revive his career. Because for me,
take your time.
Because for me, Sammy, I think his anger is not commensurate to what Kelvin Boy said. Now, what's the definition of dancehall music? It says dancehall music is a genre of urban folk music which came out of Jamaica. Note that, which came out of Jamaica in the mid to late 70s. And generally considered to be the direct predecessor of rap. Dancehall is also known as bashment, a term which can refer to either the music itself or large party where dancehall music is played. So, Sammy, dancehall music or dancehall is to music what pidgin is to lingua franca. Do you understand?
No.
Now, dancehall music or dancehall is to music what pidgin is to language. What does pidgin entail? Pidgin entail a mixture of English and a local dialect. So when I'm speaking Ghanaian pidgin, chale where you go, chale, I'm mixing my local dialect and English. That is what basically entails pidgin. So everywhere you go, whether in Nigeria, Sierra Leone, the pidgin they speak is different from the one they speak in Ghana. The one they speak in Nigeria is different from Sierra Leone because it is a mixture of English and a local ingredient. So what most of our folks from Shatawale to Stonebwoy dance is not real dance hall. It is Afro dance hall because they mix local elements. If you listen to Stonebwoy's about say 70% of his songs, it is the language which is the Jamaican patois that he adds to his music. that gives it the dancehall elements. Most of his songs are Afro beats. And so every now and then he will spring a bit of patois. Then he will add ewe. He will add Hausa. He will add Ga. And he makes this Afro dancehall. Because if you want to get down to the thrust of what dancehall is, that's not what most of our guys do. They do Afro dancehall. And so I don't see who is beefing Kelvin Boy by stating the truth. Whether he apprenticed with Stonebwoy, who claims he's a dancehall artist, but as a matter of fact, it's just nomenclature. And for me, that is where we have to blame Charterhouse for many of these things. Because the naming, I'm coming. Wait.
Blame
we're having even issues with what real high life is by their definition of high life. When the categorizations come, Afro pop or Afro beats is placed where high life is supposed to be. There are always confusions with the categorizations, and that is why we are where we are. Yeah, we say Stonebwoy has won Dancehall Artist of the Year 5 times running, but let's take his albums and his songs and begin to classify them. Let's look at the ingredients. Let's look at the substance of the music. Do they really qualify as dancehall? No. They are Afro dancehall because it's a mixture of African elements, even the language itself. If you want to talk about real dancehall, it was brewed in Jamaica. And the dominant language they use is patois. And the reggae 4/2 beats. Dum, 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 dum. But when you listen to either Stonebwoy, Shatta Wale, they don't necessarily use those structures. They can even play Jama and sing in patois. Or Stonebwoy will play Afro pop and sing patois and so on and so forth and add other languages. Does it make it real dancehall? No, it doesn't. It makes it an African dancehall. So I don't see where really the issue is. If the great guy has an issue with Kelvin Boy or he wants to shove himself.
Okay. So what about the hip hop point too, where Gray thinks that no, you can't say that.
No, it's still the same.
People are not doing hip hop in Ghana.
They are not doing real hip hop. Listen, Sammy. No, listen to.
Hey, wait. I think when you were saying the one on Afro dancehall, we were following. But now let's go down to
what we do is hip life.
When they are playing hip hop beats,
even Kwesi Arthur and the rest, study their music closely, and you know that there are Afro elements. There are Afro elements. For instance, listen, the real hip hop, where did it begin from? In America. What language do they use? If you are rapping in Chi, there is an African element to the hip hop you're doing. Where did hip hop start? And how did they rap? They rapped in English. If you play the same hip hop element and you are rapping in Chi or Fanti or any other African language, there is an African element. Unless you're rapping 100% in English.
So
then you can call yourself, and that's why I'm saying that. See, Charterhouse may be responsible for many of these things because over the years, the definitions, the categorizations, and the naming of these genres they have spawned huge classical problems that we need to go back and begin to solve. Otherwise, we have diluted our music and even naming them. So someone can come and name themselves. Sammy, when you speak to about 90% of the youth today and you ask them what kind of music do you do, tell you I do dancehall. And when they sing, they're either singing high life or something else. So for me, it's just a name that has been so widely sold, but the element and the substance of what they do is not what dancehall is or what hip hop is.
So should we also call it Afro hip hop?
Absolutely. If you call it Afro hip hop, listen, music evolves. Even hip hop or dancehall, it started in the late 70s, which means something preceded it. So it is possible that as we evolve, evolutions of the genres that we know would come up. It will come up. Like someone like some big Sammy said, Afro pop, whatever it is. With time, if it becomes popular, when you go on iTunes now, you have Afro pop. You don't have a high life. You don't have it there. But as music evolves, There'll be genres that will come. People will form hybrid of their own style. It will become very popular. It will be accepted into the world music and classifications. So let's not limit ourselves and say, for me, I agree 100% with Kelvin Boy. There are no real dancehall artists or no real hip hop guys. They are doing their own hybrid or their own rendition of what they wish should be dancehall.
I see. Thank you so much, Chief Charles. He is a musician himself, and he is also your favorite MC. Now, Bra Ken, aka Nanado, he works with Media General. He says, Bra, my mouth is itching. This matter, Sammy. Dancehall is based on melody and the rhythm, not language. There is a serious misunderstanding in this country. It's not about language, oh. It's not. I don't agree with Kelvin Boy. I agree with Arnold. It goes on like that. And she has been playing Afro songs some years back. Ana na onyum na obon na obonyumbe.
I cut across.
You cut across.
12
okay,
years,
good.
I have cut across. Two things come to mind. First one starts with an adage that the child that knows how to wash his hand or her hand eats with adult. And that's why I'm going to look at Kelvin Boy. Kelvin Boy just popped up not too long ago. And when you came, you are blessed with social media and other things that will help you promote your thought. It doesn't mean that you can just say anything. What he's saying could have some truth factor in it. But I think that he's too young to start coming up with such lines. If your concentration is on your Afro pop, focus on it. Because you came up at the back of someone. Somebody had walked through the cases of performing through. We know Stomba when he was performing from funerals to create a standard for you to pop up on air. And today you are there with following. God bless Facebook and Instagram. God bless all of them. With following. So even if you have this kind of views, I think that he should grow to some level enough to be able to communicate some of these things. If you tell me this, me as an old elderly person, I ask you, what can you do about it? Or what have you started doing about it? Because for me, I thought that the whole conversation was to land up by getting people's attention and concluding by saying, then let's do Afro pop, which you are still in there trying to sound like somebody else. So whatever he's saying, the time of communication and how you communicate it, it is not putting your hand in water and just washing it. You don't wash your hand like that. You have to learn how to do it well so that the elderly knows that you know, and when you talk, they listen. That is one phase. Second phase is where we say that wisdom is not only in the head of the elderly. Gray. You could be wise, but if you have not given us a physical evidence of your wisdom, you are automatically not seen as you don't exist. If hip-hop artists, like Gray for himself, if he had consistently had kept with his pace from what we know Mobile Boys way back Reggie Rackstone time, I am sure when this boy, Kelvin Boy, has said what he said and had seen Gray even call him on the phone, he will go back to refix the statement. Because he will know, somebody has put him into order. I'm not saying that Stoneboy is not putting him into order. Probably because he's busy doing something, he's leaving the boy to read books. Or they have data, so they can read on the internet. Papa, no, you didn't see that the Bosco annex? Chef, English grammatical. Gray should, you don't also do this. The boy is a kid. You are elderly. You don't sit on social media and tell him some of these things.
Like two wrongs don't make a right.
No, it doesn't make a right. You are elderly. Give him fact. Educate him if you think the boy doesn't know. You just came. These kids, they just came, and right now they are trending.
No matter what you do, they have the space.
They are using an elevator, don't worry. When the electricity go off and the elevator gets stuck, they'll know that people who use the staircase are real, the people you have to have a conversation with. Because you are up there. Kodrenchi will not respond to this. Lumba will not respond to this. I'm sure Okonfo-Kwade probably might have seen this, but will not respond to this. Ochami Kwame will not respond to. Do you understand? He's a kid. If a child is talking, you too, you have to discern with all. You bore. What is the boring about a kid expressing his view? Call the boy, give him some 2 strokes, and share some experience with him, and let him know. Say, sweetheart, we don't talk like that. You need to grow and learn how to talk. Again, it's good. It gives us a sense of thinking. My senior man went ahead to talk about Charterhouse. Do you understand? It gives us a sense of looking at things in different angles. Because a bit of this, a bit of it helps the industry that we are building now. So that somebody will know that now even when we are going to play football, it's Afro football.
That another point.
Ignorant in the sense that even the Ghanaian type of football, we used to call it Ghanaian type of we used to call it agro. When Silas Tete was alive, and we won the Ghanaian kind of football, we used to call it agro. So if Arnold and there's a way the Ghanaians play their soccer, the Cameroonians, the English, the Germans, even though it's the same football, it has different styles that people play, and they give it their own name.
Okay.
The German.
So you are saying that should someone say Afro football, the person is okay?
The Ghanaian has the agro. There's nothing like Afro football.
But we don't go for World Cup.
No, I'm saying that.
What is agro?
Every country. That's what we used to call our special breed of playing.
Yes, Lady Rev.
Sammy. Why is Chief Charles always trying to prove that somebody doesn't know he knows? It's needless. No, it's needless to say Arnold is ignorant or who even take Afro football serious. I mean, it's needless. Don't be doing that.
Okay.
Don't be doing that. Good, redraw it.
If you're offended,
nice.
I
am.
It is redrawn. Yes, Lady Rev. Wrap up.
I was wrapping up by saying that it gives us a different view of everything. Look, let the elderly be educated and be all that knowledgeable, but they should also give space for the younger ones to express what they're expressing. We learn from it, add it up for the future.
Exactly.
If no, you can't say because I'm a kid, I can't talk. Okay. Neither do I say that because you're elderly, whatever you say. I came across a statement I've started loving. It says, be careful who you take advice from, because fools also grow old.
Yeah, I think we've discussed that statement here. We've discussed that statement.
A grown-up fool is a bigger fool, an older fool.
Now, Lady Rev, there are some people who would want to have an extended conversation with you on the Blame Nobody topic you started. So get ready. I'm sure you can share your contact or maybe social media handles where they can contact you later. So guys, I've seen that question, and she will be giving you her contact. Maybe if you want any extended discussion, she is ready to your beck and call. Feel free and talk to her on that. Spider wrap up, mommy. Boni na tough and you be a can be a bonnet tough, mommy. Wadaroma.
Brasam will be a casa fine, but I'm the Kelvin boy. Also, Ocean, Ocean Casa, na or dream baby of buy because we bought band actually. We bought knee band, bullet band, Bokeke band, we bought that.
Ne Bokeke bad bear.
No, we bought no Bokeke our band, bullet band for so many years. Wa boss Kelvin boy no fear and or the ball then there were piano bar near the inti we sua de kakra on sua de nko nani ma ni timu nya ne de say e bia we do baby prempren so bia e bi ofali say e bia say onya 20,000 because 2 years ago onya 2,000 po. But Sisia onya 10,000, onya 5,000, onya 20,000 Ghana cedis. Inti mani trimu nyane de onma ebuo en wono ho. Na on respect the industry players, the colleagues like ni senior artists or more industry, no, because it was through Stoneboy. And now odi nya odin. Na kaone na Metro TV bo shabu. What I say, but nyamia ewadum we share Stoneboy. Wa mau sa guidelines no. We use the image e dey sell. Inti you should respect that kind of portion like baby of buy Now for any day a man pinning for ma sebi on to two phone and as on casa by heart. Say there is no not just a respect shatter, respect stone boy, sacco the money there or chame kwame even or brafo.
No, T. Or patches or respect you. But instead some will be jai and you know we are not friend dance hong kwano. Or no the uncle Yamukasi Afro dance hall. Some or no percy yen respected the yeah as Africans.
No, brass on me.
And yes, don't respect you.
Oswa, on to me better dia. Ah, Lord Kenya money now for Oswa. Brass on me.
Penny war hot.
No, brass on me. T. Share Aquala de or bonnet or say it's no. What I say? Share Lord Kenya money there a pass it through. O say there is no hip hop. What I say? Ochame Kwame money there.
Other Ochame Kwame also hip hop.
No. Some more rap. They do rap.
And to say hip life.
They do rap. What I say? Reggie are hip hop. Mensa money there. Mensa on you kubolo aye groups is here. What rap? What I say? So you should just give them the respect. You shouldn't just say me for me crown mpono why insult stone boy. What I say?
Say be honest stone boy akasama stone boy adia to say yeah there me
and stone boy akane kakra. Say stone boy approve say go ahead and say that and then also show you because as same way or they about no mood and obenya time so what I say uswa afiansa ya ria unjina ona mu nyeden what I say Kelvin boy onye afro beat in sing artist binom there are more artists or more afro beat what I say Galaxy or afro beat you can say me find say Galaxy they are my artist or more typical afro beat they are Kelvin boy is any afro beat no any afro beat once I was saying then into their shatter new stone boys now also say enye dancehall no now your friend afro dancehall then what are you doing and all your coos
the drum pattern is funk. The drum pattern is funk.
Oh, Willie Ray, where are you?
The drum pattern is funk.
I see.
So see, Sammy, can somebody describe what a dancehall song for me? If you're wishing that Willie Roy were here, can someone, either you, Arnold, or Spider, describe what a dancehall drum pattern is?
No,
there is a formula.
I think we should rather describe what an Afro dancehall drum pattern is.
So I'm coming.
Because that seems to be what we don't know.
No.
So what
I
is
think
an
I have
Afro
the mic
dancehall?
and I'm doing my description. I have posed the question. It's not your turn. When it's your turn, you can pose that question.
No.
I have the mic.
No, Chief, you mentioned him. You said, can someone?
No, he didn't describe it. He didn't describe it. He was asking a question.
No. So
he was countering with a question.
Wait for him to answer so that whether he fails or he gets it right,
okay,
people will judge. You understand?
Go on.
So that is how we have to go about it. But then you are saying that this beat is not, the rhythm is not a dance hall.
I said that drum. That's why I said from the beginning that let me describe the elements of this song. Sammy, and forgive me if I offend your sensibilities. You're a journalist. You're a keen follower of music. Arnold is. I am a musician. And I'm saying that the drum pattern is fun. Well, you may be offended with it, whatever it is. But yes. And I have, before I did gospel or a cappella, I've told you time and again that me and Mr. Logic, we had a group. We were doing dance hall before Shatawale.
Based on your explanation, you can't be doing dance hall.
Before Shatawale and Stoneboy emerged on the scene, we had a group. Our name was called Born Ghanaians, and you can call Mr. Logic to confirm or deny. So when I sit here and I talk about dance hall or reggae or raga, I know what I talk about.
So if you were doing dance hall then, why can't we do dance hall now? Same in the same music industry and in Ghana. You just said that you and Logic were doing dance hall.
I'm coming.
Did you ever had an African?
You and Logic were doing dance hall.
Let me answer your question.
And now dance hall can be done.
Let me answer your question. We were not doing our own dance hall. We were doing we were doing covers of Buju Banton and the rest. So we were not hybriding. We were not playing high life element and joining with something. We were doing covers of Buju Banton and the raga artists that exist in the day. We were doing real dancehall. We were not covering. I mean, we were not doing our own stuff. We were covering. And so the element of what we were doing, we weren't mixing ga or chi or playing a funk beat and putting something on it. We were doing covers. And so I understand what I talk about.
Chief, one thing is also clear that when it comes to these dancehall songs, they are being heavily ridden by their bass. And of course, the guy is also singing in patois. So put these two together. The fact that this song is being driven by bass and he's also speaking or singing in patois, why does it not qualify to be a dancehall song?
I'm saying it's an Afro dancehall. That's what.